welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Jordan, and today's video is going to be a travel vlog. I recently was in the West Palm Beach area in Florida. I went on vacation with my boyfriend to celebrate him being done with the semester. I don't look very tan, I will say that. That is because I had SPF 70 on, because I didn't want to come back looking like Larry the Lobster. So we're gonna go through all the books that I read on vacation. I didn't really get a lot of time to sit down and film and discuss my thoughts and feelings with the books because we didn't really spend a lot of time in our room. On the flight down there, I started listening to The Correspondent. I did not know how I was going to feel about this book. I saw Destiny read it a while ago and she said she enjoyed it. I don't really like books that consist of just letters. There's something about the way they're written. It depends on the language used. I don't always really find that enjoyable sometimes. I ended up listening to this one, and I will say I gave it 4 stars. I was pleasantly surprised. In this book, we follow Sybil. She is an older woman who is starting to have some health issues. Her whole life, she has been keeping in touch with her friends and family via letters. She's put in a situation where she starts to take a hard look at her life, and we need to start thinking of a plan moving forward in relation to these health issues. We're following a couple different relationships that she has with different people. We have her relationship with her sister and her daughter, as well as some of her friends that she keeps in touch with. They send letters back and forth with what they're reading, how they're feeling, updates on their lives. She also corresponds with this young man. I think he's the son of a friend of hers. This book was written so beautifully. I loved seeing Sybil and her discovering things later in life, coming to terms with her life and her relationships with people. It was just so good. It was so good. After that, I felt like I needed a palate cleanser. So I was scrolling through my Kindle looking for some quick reads, and I settled on reading Blindfolds and Butterflies. This is a novella in a series of novellas by different authors. I don't know if there's a term for those. If there is, we'll put it here. This novella was less than 200 pages, really quick to binge. I think I read it mostly in one night and then finished it up in the morning. In this book, we follow our FNC, who is a journalist, and our MMC, who's this hot bachelor put into this contest on this radio show where local women create profiles, kind of like a Tinder vibe, and he picks one and they go on a date and they kind of discuss their relationship on air. Our FMC is a journalist whose best friend works with her, sends her out there to interview the host of this radio show. Little does she know, her best friend submitted a profile for her and he picked her to go on these dates with him. So there's a little bit of self-discovery happening in this book, in the bedroom, in life. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. My review said, a little bit kinky, it did what it meant to do. We'll just leave it at that. After reading that one, I decided to try out another book in that series. It is called Restraints and Rebounds. I think the series is called Love in the Air. I did not like this one at all. I gave it 1 star. It had absolutely nothing to do with the bedroom scenes and tying each other up. That is not what ruined this for me. It was their relationship and how they interacted with each other. Our FMC is recently divorced and our MMC is a basketball coach. I can't remember if it's college or high school. I think they meet in like a similar manner as the other couple, but not necessarily a radio show. I can't really remember how they met, but their relationship just didn't seem believable at all. This novella was 90 pages. I was going to DNF, but it was only 90 pages. So I just finished it. It was a waste of my time. I'm sure the author's other books are amazing. I just didn't jive with this particular novella. After that, I picked up Filthy Rich Fae. I listened to this, I got it on Libby. I have seen this book around every time I go to Target, sometimes when I go to Barnes. I've seen people read it, haven't really heard much about it. I did not even know the premise of this book. I went into it blind. It's a duology. We're following our FMC, who is human. She's a nurse. She grew up in foster care. She's very close with one of her foster brothers. She looks out for him. She's very protective of him. And then we have our MMC, who is a Fae male. And he is a part of this family, the Gage family. They are very highly influential people in the city. They have their hands in everyone's pocket. They control the police, the hospital, the streets. There's this drug going around that we learn a little bit more about. Essentially, this book starts with the FMC's brother gets into trouble with the Gage family. She wants to go protect him, so she confronts our MMC. Is like, okay, I'll strike a bargain with you. I'm looking out for my brother. Yada, yada, yada. She ends up going with him to a completely different world. She finds out that Fae are a thing. She had no idea. She learns more about him. I wanted to DNF this actually in the beginning. I think until maybe 50 to 60% through, the story took a turn and I was like, oh, I'm interested now. I gave this book 3 stars. Of course, the ending was a cliffhanger, so I do want to read the second book. I'm in no rush to read that. I enjoyed this first one after a while, but I want to see what happens and I want to read the second book eventually. We're going to talk about a book that I started but have not finished because I started on vacation. Here's to Us by Ellen Hildebrand. This book is a women's fiction. It takes place in Nantucket. It's almost like Ellen Hildebrand is a staple author to bring one of her books with you on vacation. This is only my second one that I've read. I also read The Perfect Couple. Really enjoyed that one. This book takes place in Nantucket. We're following 3 women who are connected by a man, Deacon Thorpe. We find out that he passes away in the beginning of the book. Deacon is a famous chef. He has his own restaurant. He also has a cooking show. So his best friend is tasked with notifying his family, these 3 women and their children, that he has passed, and he left them with their summer home in Nantucket. Little do they know, Deacon has been in financial trouble. The mortgage on that house is due. He missed multiple payments. It's about to get repossessed. But he left it to those 3 women, all of them. And they don't get along at all. So we're following them. They all go out to Nantucket for Deacon's funeral, and they got to figure out what they're going to do with this house. So I'm about 30% through. I'm enjoying it. I'm reading it slowly. There are multiple different POVs, and sometimes it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening and remembering who is who. Even though the chapters are listed under their names, sometimes it's like, wait, who is this person? And you kind of gotta like remember the whole big picture. I won't be giving my final thoughts in this video. I just wanted to share all the books that I read, started, etc. Thank you for joining me in this travel vlog and talking about all the books that I read. If you want to see more reading vlogs like this in the future, comment down below, give a thumbs up, and subscribe to keep up with what I'm reading. Bye!